Yes, hello, little squeak. Hello. And hello to you. Welcome back to Juske. Welcome back to Powerwash Simulator 2. We are continuing our Power Wash journey, our Power Wash epic. If I'm correct, we're doing the Art Deco house next. Michelle Stone. So this is Trilobite Lodge. Apologies for how filthy it is. I've just got back from a dig in Alaska to find the house looking like this, and my other half, Karen, apparently vanished into thin air. Bro, your wifey left you with the dirty house? That's awful. It wouldn't be the first time. Whenever she gets a whiff of anything interesting, that's her gone for months. That's kind of bad behavior, but what do I know? Let's just start to. I'm just the power wash guy. I'm not here to give life advice or anything, and I'm just here to. Ugh, it was pretty dirty. What's some? Oh, yes. Hello, Ulysses. Good to see you. The other cats are probably around here too. I'll find them. Wait, if they're here, that means he's here somewhere. He's sneaking around here. Hello, Bubbles. I know he's around here. The bastard. Squeak! How'd you even get up there? Whatever. I can smell him. He's watching us in this very moment. Whatever. Let's just get to it. Let's... Oh, no, turn that off. Oh, no. Definitely gotta... Get the, Is it this one? No. This one. There we go. Oh, that works well enough. No. Like that. Sorry. It has been a while since I've recorded this. I got sick, and I'm still kind of recovering from being sick, so apologies if vocal tone is a little bit different than normal. I probably should have mentioned that the house is directly underneath the beam's path and is in the firing lane for the famous Merman Hume. Is that, like, dangerous? Is that, okay. Just gonna assume that that's not dangerous. There we go. Get the... What is it? Where's the... No. This one. Yes. You're already bringing out the suds, Jessica? Yes, I am already bringing out the suds. Alright. So what have you guys been up to, been involved in? Hope things are going well for you. I think I'm doing okay. Kind of settling into everything. A lot of big changes going on in my life, and I'm trying to find a way to just kind of take it all in stride, you know? I've talked a lot about the essence of making choices and how that can really help things that would normally be difficult and annoying to not be difficult and annoying, you know? And I'm kind of trying to use that to help myself. You know, like these are choices that I'm making to do things that I don't like in order to kind of give me more of the life that I do want, you know? I just feel like it's so hard these days. I feel like the the myth that older generations used to have, that companies would like care about you in a real way, and that, you know, just as long as you're hardworking and dedicated, that things will work out for you. I feel like that myth has been dispelled. So it's hard to like find a real sort of something like really solid to grasp onto to kind of keep yourself going, you know, outside of her, the lady I love, you know. I've been thinking a lot about pardon me. I've been thinking a lot about my future and how things are going, where I want things to go, and that's been helping a lot. That, and then remembering to find little moments of happiness and joy in every day. I think I talked about it in the last video, where I try to have fun every day as much as I can, just to kind of not get bogged down in, you know, the dread of every day. Oh, you got some heavy duty stuff on you? And to keep a little bit of that childlike, not really childlike, maybe childlike, I'm not sure. Just to keep a bit of that joy that you have, you know, that you kind of start life with. I'm really trying hard to cling on to that. I think you just hear so much about how bitter the world can make people, and I think it's important more than anything to, that's nice, to keep yourself from giving into that bitterness. I feel like at every point in the world will want you to become as bitter as it is. And I just don't want to. I want to have joy. I want to have fun. I want to have goodness in my life. I want to believe that things are changing for the better. I want to believe that in the end it'll, you know, work out. That's what I really want to believe. That's what I really want to feel. That's why I'm like taking these steps that I am of reframing things that aren't really my choice into being my choice. Because then it feels like I have a little bit more control over it. And I have a stronger ability to just kind of take more things that are difficult to deal with, you know. Things that are annoying or require extra effort don't seem nearly as hard or as much of a slog when it's your choice. And I feel like that really rings true for, like, you know, like marathon runners or anything like that. Oh, Michelle. Personally, I love the beam's gentle hum, but it drove Karen to distraction. Actually, maybe that's why she's not here. Oh, maybe, yeah. Like, I know one, not just one dude, but I know of like an entire group of people who are like ultra marathon runners who run for weeks. maybe not weeks, but certainly days on end. Like no sleep, no rest. You're running for days, and that's like their goals and their hobbies, you know? That's got to be so awful on your body. Got to be so awful on just kind of every part of you, you know? Emotionally, mentally draining. But from what I can see, they seem to just kind of take it all in stride because it's something that they want to do. This kind of gives them that sense of comfort. And I guess it's just like, it's something that they want to do. You know? It's not something that the world is forcing onto them. It's not something that they have to do for the sake of survival or because, you know, oh, I've got kids, I have to stay here, I can't do anything else, you know. It's their choice. And because of that, they can do things that I think are like absolutely inhuman. And I've seen like some of the, it's always like when they finish their days of running, people are always interested, like, oh, I wonder what their feet look like, you know? Not that these people are into feet, nor am I into feet. But if you are into feet, I'm glad you found your thing. But they're just like, I wonder what kind of damage that you've dealt, you know? Because for some people, even like after running or walking a lot for one day, your feet are all swollen, everything's all gross, you know? And they show it, and their toes are messed up, their nails are like sunken in. It looks absolutely awful. And they just don't really seem to give a fuck about it. They're just like, yep, that's just how it is. And I think it's just more of just, this is what they want to do, you know? They know that this is like the cost to do what they want to do. So then it doesn't matter. Or it doesn't matter as much. It reminds me a lot of, I forget, there was a documentary about skateboarding called Till the Wheels Fall Off. It was originally about Tony Hawk. But in one of the prominent characters is actually Rodney Mullen. Sorry, I had to step away for a moment. But like I was saying, the main focus of the documentary is Tony Hawk, I believe. But one of the people that keeps coming up is Rodney Mullen. If you don't know who Rodney Mullen is, he's one of the most important skaters in the history of basically all skating. I was just going to say street skating, but all of the things that he's pioneered are, like, in my view and my understanding of things, more important than anyone else. You know? Like, it's not even like he's the LeBron. It's not even like he's the LeBron of skateboarding. He is LeBron and Kobe and everyone. All mixed into one. There is no person like Rodney Mullen in terms of importance to skateboarding. And he talks about that feeling of the cost of doing this thing that he loves. And he talks about the kind of weight of it, you know. And he says that he wishes that he could quantify to us and the interviewer kind of what he feels and like this drive that he has. But it's hard to. But all he can really say is that he's going to keep doing this until the wheels fall off. And that's what he is made of. That's what he has inside of him. this drive, this dedication, this unending push to do this thing that really he's dedicated his entire life to, you know? This choice that he made so long ago. Back when he was just a kid, like a kid. I think he was like 13, 14. You know? And even now, all these years later, that choice still rings out and gives him this inhuman ability to keep going. And skateboarders talk a lot about... Oh, a new job is up. Derek Dagus. Suddy Rich. Fancy aside at the movie business. Our star dog needs a good washing down before tomorrow's shoot. Oh, sure. Yeah, sure. Oh, sorry, another interruption, but don't worry about it. Like I was saying, the text message popped up and it interrupted me, and then my mind just started racing, and then I had to leave for a minute. But I'm here. Don't worry. Oh yeah, I think it all just goes back to that choice that this is for me. This is what I want to do. And I feel like all of the people that you would call great, you know, Rodney Mullen, Tony Hawk, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, any of the big UFC fighters that are important, anything like that. I feel like at one point or another, they all made that choice. And that choice allowed them to push beyond what it would be if someone was forcing that on you, you know? So that's why I think having the strength to make that choice yourself, or to at least feel like you are, can really help things not seem as bad. That this is something that you are choosing to do, rather than just letting someone else dictate it for you. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to find my own strength and push through not feeling the best all the time. Here we go. That's working a bit better. I didn't want to have to suds it the whole time. There we go. And I feel like that's kind of like the only way to really feel better and succeed, whatever success means, succeed in life, is to have things kind of be your own choice. And that doesn't mean that you only do what you want, because, you know, there's always going to be times when you need to do something you don't want to do, but at the very least, taking challenges that are given to you and trying to make the best of them, you know? I feel like that's like a key thing. And anytime anyone talks about success, and not in some goofy I make a lot of money success, or I have a lot of power success, because that's nowhere near success. That is nowhere near what is important in life. Talking about people who are at the end of their lives. Really old folks. And all they can do is just smile and talk about their grandkids or their great-grandkids. And reminisce on the good times that they had in their life. I feel like that is success. And I feel like the only way to get that is to deal with those hard circumstances sometimes and to face whatever needs facing. You know? And to take on the mysteries and challenges that life gives you. You have no idea what's coming. And that's something that I've had to deal with for a long time now. What I'm doing now, I would never even thought that I would be doing. Oh, Buckingham Fran Shepherd. Wait, where's the beam gone? Oh, it turned off. I was so busy talking. Leonard Miller stepping in the chat. Hey, something's changed. I guess so. Persephone Wu. Wasn't that beam keeping the volcano in check? Wait, is that the volcano from the ending of the first game? Okay, I'm not sure. I don't think that that's good. But let's try to finish this up. Okay, all right. I got that. You know. But yeah, I think that's facing the mysteries of life is incredibly important. No. This one? No. This one. Oh, wait, whoa. I have this. Yes, I have this. Oh, yeah, man. Look at that. That's nice. So that's what I'm trying to do now. See and accept the challenges that life is sending my way. And hopefully finagle them in some way to find my own success. And success in the way that I talked about before. A family, those you love and care about. Well, I don't know what's going on there. I don't know what is happening here. Oh, this can... Oh, okay. Alright, okay, alright. Bring it around town. Bring it around. There we go. You know, having loved ones, people that care for you and who you care for, I've really lucked out in a lot of aspects. It's so easy to be down on yourself when, you know, the loud, unending voices in your head. I don't know if you guys have the voices in your head, and I don't mean auditory voices, but just the noise and all the feelings that your dumb brain gives you. That you're alone, that people aren't there for you. I've just been trying to really quiet down that voice and look at the reality of the situation, that I've been incredibly blessed, lucky, privileged, whatever term you feel like using. do have people like that in my life that I do care about and that do care about me. I've been incredibly lucky in that regard. I have a number of people who care about me and who I care about. So I'm just trying to take that for the blessing, privilege, luck that it is. And I know that not everyone has what I have. And it's so easy to just talk bad about your situation, when usually things could be a lot worse. I'm trying to do all this just to kind of keep myself going. Remind myself that everything's alright. I mean, I have enough free time to sit here and play a game about power washing and record it. And all I do is I just play this game and I talk. And I have enough time to do that, you know? So obviously, things can't be that bad. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Okay, that one is just a weird little area. Let me, whoa. Here, let me try to get this, like, inner side here. There was this song that, my father, and really my whole family, we would all listen to a lot. It was, I forget who it was by. I remember that it was one of the things is that it was falsely attributed to Curtis Mayfield, but Curtis Mayfield never sang the song. But the song was called "Be Grateful for What You Got." Or Thankful? I think it was Thankful, actually. And I listened to that song a lot. Wait a minute. Whoa. Okay. I see you. Alright, let me get the extra long extension with the suds. Man, that song has really come to mean a lot to me. Because of the fact that, you know, it wouldn't always be on. It wasn't like they only ever played that song, but it was one of the songs that was in rotation when I was a kid. So having this song that speaks about kind of basically like count your blessings, you know. Damn, Jeff Jefferson the 8th? How do Dirt Finder? It's been a while. I have a big job for you. Giant, in fact. A billboard with the greatest announcement in the history of our county. Okay. Sure, man. I'll get on it. And how do can I move this? Oh, I can just, oh, okay. There we go. Ooh, not quite as long. Let's calm down a little bit. Sorry. Like I said, I'm still kind of under the weather a little bit and trying to recover. So having a song like that about basically counting your blessings and have it remind me of a time in my life that I really treasure. You know, it's kind of sitting in the back of my parents' car listening to oldies. It's kind of hard to find a kind of simpler, more relaxing time, you know. Oh. Okay. Oh, whoa! That underneath section. Yeah. Hey, can you come back? Oh, thank you. Okay. This job is taking a while, but progress is progress. Making our way. I'd like to save that for last if possible. That little undersection here. The path part. No. There we go. Now. Yeah. Oh man, there's like a whole... Alright, let me see if I can... Got the skills to pay the bills. Alright. So interesting just to see how like all these things kind of interact together. I really appreciate all the efforts that like all the game developers did to make all these tools work in such a specific way, you know. Probably a lot of research. What other power washing kind of tools are out there? Nice. Come on. Alright. Got a good portion of this upper part done. this kind of little like edges and whatnot, you know. But that's fine. We can oh, there's different heads. Okay, I didn't know that. No, I forget every time. I feel like even these kinds of games, these like satisfying cleaning, organizing kind of games, there's so many of these popping up. Even since like, you know, the first Powerwash Simulator, I even saw recently there was like a game where you just clean your yard of leaves. And I watched some people play it. It was incredibly satisfying. I think all of this speaks to how much people in general want to think that just because something's dirty doesn't mean it can't be clean again, you know? And I think that speaks to all of our efforts and hope that we as people, despite our mistakes and despite the errors that we've made, that we too can kind of be redeemed in a way. You know? Not that most people's mistakes in general usually need much redeeming. Usually it's like, oh, I lied this one time or something like that, you know. I think it's very rare that someone needs like, oh, I really killed someone, you know. I hurt someone in a way that like changed them forever. I feel like that is a much harder conversation. But I feel like even those amongst us who haven't really done anything too horrific, you still carry that weight of like, I'm dirty, I'm not good enough. I've talked a little bit about that on here, of that feeling. Not being good enough, not being like worth whatever the amount of effort is. And it's really hard to fight those voices sometimes. Okay. Oh wait, hold on. I need to... Yep. There we go. It's hard to not feel less than. It's hard to not feel like you're not worth the effort. I understand. Let me lean in a little bit. I'm sitting with my back so straight. I've been trying to... Oh god, yeah, I knew. I was like, wait, am I falling? I've been trying to get so much more into grace and understanding. And giving yourself grace and kind of forgiving yourself. Because at the end of the day, this, you know, the weight that people carry around of their mistakes, it doesn't do anything for you. You learned the lesson already. You got what you needed to get. You failed already. You don't need to continue carrying this weight with you, you know. All it does is just weigh you down further. Just try to forgive yourself, and to quote Elsa, let it go. It's not going to help you. Like I just said, like you know already. Oh, I didn't jump. The lesson was learned. Hello? No? Is this not a good spot? Okay, I'm just kidding. Can you give me the... Yes, you. Continuing to drag yourself down won't help. All you can do now is be better. So just try to forgive yourself, as impossible as that sounds. I sometimes get really angry at like my younger self about everything that he didn't do. He didn't do this, he didn't do that. He messed up in this way, he messed up in that way. I think because it just feels like that's all I can do, you know? All I have is just kind of this anger. This frustration that I didn't make the choice I wanted to make, or that I should have made. It's always funny when like it just cleans itself. Okay, here we go. I'm already using the extra long one. Yeah, you know, sometimes it feels like that's all you can have is, I should have done this, I should have done that. But you didn't. I didn't. What now? Because this, I should have, I should have. I could have and I should have. It's gone already. It happened. It's too late now. You can't go back. So what will you do now? Man, I tried to... Okay, alright, come on. What will you do now? And I feel like the only thing you can do is to just keep going. You can't go back. You can't fix the thing that already happened. It already happened. But you can take steps now to be different. And in order to do that, you can't be stuck in what ifs and what should have beens. You need to be here, now. What? Did I not? There we go. because your energy is going to be needed now. You don't have the energy to be both back there hitting yourself and now trying to get yourself out of the situation you're in. So just let it go. Try to, at least. Try to forgive yourself. Damn it, I forget every time how this works. That anger isn't gonna help you. The hating yourself is not gonna help you. It will only drag you down. Because now that you've learned the lesson, things are still going to be hard. You're still going to have tests of faith, as they call them. You're going to need to make a similar choice in that circumstance. You know? No. And this one? Yeah. You're gonna need to face yourself at one point or another. Life has a funny way of making that happen. You're gonna encounter the consequences of your actions. But when that time comes, face it with grace. Face it with acceptance. Don't face it with anger. Then your judgment will be clouded, and you'll make the wrong mistake again. Just be here and continue forward. And that's what I try to do all the time, and man, is that effing impossible. I don't usually agree when people say something is easier said than done, but that is definitely easier said than done. Forgiving yourself, pushing through, and just being present. Are you kidding me? Pardon me, sorry. Why don't you just have me cure cancer while you're at it too, you know? Jeez, just stack another impossible task on my shoulders. But then you remember, oh, they are developing cures for cancer. And maybe you too could forgive yourself. As impossible as that seems. Yeah, there we go. I think it's, Calvin Miller. It's okay, peeps. Data suggests that all is well on Mount Rushless. No seismic activity whatsoever. Okay, that's good. I'm glad. Nice. I'm glad. Leonard Miller stepping in. Thanks, son. Good to know. Don't be late tonight. Aunt Doris is around. We've got meatloaf. Oh, okay. Can I have some, Leonard? Okay. No, I guess not. That's okay. That's their family thing. You know, I don't want to... I shouldn't intrude. Yeah, I think these games speak to what I was talking about before. What once was clean can be made... What once was dirty can be made clean again. It's going to take work. It's going to take a lot of effort. It's not going to be an easy thing working to forgive yourself and move forward. Even the little bit that I've done for myself is hard. And it feels unearned. And it's always going to feel that way. Because your brain so desperately wants you to be like, no. You need to suffer. You need to remind yourself of all the mistakes that you've ever made. You don't. You know. You remember them. You already remember them. You're already suffering from them. You don't need to learn those lessons again. You already learned them. Just let it go and keep going. Oh, what? I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Here we go. You know? You learned. It's too late now. Just keep going forward. Make what little amends you can and continue. But what does continuing mean? I think for me it means to take all that effort and all that pain and use it to help yourself. You know, if there's a problem that needs to be rectified with somebody, then rectify it. Speak to somebody. If somebody needs to be spoken to, speak to them. Oh wow, what a transformation. Here we go. So I'm just taking some time to enjoy just how clean this is now. Wow, incredible. Nothing like it, you know? I did it again. Wow, look at that. How nice. That's what I'm talking about. Like, it takes effort. But everything that's dirty can be made clean again. It just takes effort. You're never too far gone. It's never too late to turn things around. It's only too late because you can't go back and change the past. For that, it's too late. But it's never too late to turn things around. Oh my god, that scared me how loud that was. There's always time to turn it around. There's always time to get back on the right track. It's never too late. It's never not worth it. It's always worth it. And that's something I always have to remind myself of. It's always worth it to do the right thing, to keep going. I think about the movie Scott Pilgrim versus the World. This is a weird jump to make, I know, but it makes sense. It makes sense. In that movie, I don't know. I assume, just in case you haven't seen Scott Pilgrim versus the World, it's about this boy, this man named Scott Pilgrim. who encounters this woman, Ramona Flowers, and he has to fight her 7 evil exes. Like, actually fight them. And it's very comical and whimsical. It's a very comic book kind of style movie. Very silly. But right at the end, Scott Pilgrim encounters basically her final evil ex, G-Man. I think his name is Gideon. Light spoilers for Scott Pilgrim, but Gideon Graves. And he tries to fight him, and he keeps failing. He keeps messing up. He keeps losing. And finally, after so many attempts, he's realizing that he's fighting for the wrong reasons. Because Gideon Graves, I think he looks at him and he says, "You want to fight me for her?" And Scott goes, "No, I want to fight you for me." And then he gets a big power up, and it's like a big video gamey comic book kind of moment of him realizing like the self-respect that he has and that he needs. Because as evil as G-Man was, oh my god, I did it again. As much as he is fighting G-Man, basically only to be with Ramona, G-Man has also messed up Scott's life and made things harder on him, and like outside of just his relationship, you know. And it's a thing of self-respect and saying like, wait, no, I'm worth it, you know. And Scott Pilgrim then beats the fuck out of Gideon Graves. Light spoilers for Scott Pilgrim versus the World. With the knowledge that, you know, he was worth it in the end. He wasn't just fighting for the sake of someone else. He was fighting because he was worth that effort. Scott was. And I think that is important to keep in mind when you're going through whatever you're going through, facing whatever hardships you're facing. That no, you is worth the effort. It's worth forgiving yourself for you, because it'll make things easier for you. And you know, we're not I understand the romanticization of struggle and hardship. I'm very aware of it. Struggle breeds character and all that shit, and I can understand to a certain degree, but we're not proponents of toxic masculinity here on Josuke. Sorry. You don't need to suffer all the time. It's not going to help you. It's not going to make things better for you. It's not going to make things easier. There's no nobility in struggling just to struggle. Because believe it or not, life is hard enough and you'll struggle anyway. You'll always struggle. Like I mentioned before, that's the one thing that's like universal. You will always struggle. You will always encounter hardships. You don't need to make things even harder on yourself and romanticize it like some goofy goober. I did it again. Here we go. Just give yourself a bit of self-respect. And care for yourself, man. Because life is going to put you through the ringer no matter what. Whether you give yourself respect or not. Whether you put yourself first or not. Whether you take the time to make sure that you're okay or not. It's just going to put you through shit anyway. So why not? Why not try to forgive yourself? Why not? Why not try to forgive yourself? Why not try to push forward and better yourself? And like I said, in a very real way. Not in some fake nonsense, I have a lot of money in power way, but in a real way. Forgive yourself. Give yourself grace and understanding. Oh my God. Face the hardships that you have with dignity. And give yourself the chance to recover. That's so impossible for me. Like I mentioned, I'm a little under the weather. I'm kind of recovering still. Which is a little frustrating because I've been sick since like last week. And even when I got sick, I was like, no, like I need to... You want me to stop and rest? No. I need to keep going. It was like Jesse Ventura in the Predator movie. I ain't got time to bleed. I ain't got time to stop it. It's like, asshole, you're bleeding. You're sick. You need to stop. You need to stop. Because the only way you'll get better is if you rest and recover. And my partner, her, who I love, he made me pump the brakes. She said, hey, like, you need to rest. You need to just kind of just sit here. And it's so frustrating because it's like, no, I need to... Everything in my body is like, no, I need to keep going. I haven't earned rest. I haven't done anything. But she reminds me that that's wrong. You don't need to earn rest. You don't need to feel bad. Because life will make you feel bad enough. Just rest. Recover. This one. Rest and recover, because then you won't be able to give full effort until you recover. Like, I'm feeling much better than I was. And even now, I'm still like not at like 100%, you know? That's why I chose to just do this. I wanted to. But I needed that time to rest and recover so that way I could even get here. Even after this, I need to keep resting and recovering so I can get back to 100%. It's important. It matters. Your body will thank you. Oh, I thought I was going to pick up that. Oh, was that always there? Oh, is that whole side dirty still? Okay, hold on. There we go. Oh yeah, this whole side's dirty still. Oh, okay, alright. Here, let me, the work will always be there. But you won't. You know? You can push as hard as you want, but eventually your body's gonna give out. And you matter more than any other stupid thing. You can always make more money. You can't make another you. There will be more opportunities. It's so hard to keep all this stuff in mind. And it feels like cheap. Like cheating, almost. You know? like I mentioned before, that feeling of like, I didn't earn rest yet. And despite how much I talk a big game, I need to be reminded too of like, hey, like, you don't need to earn rest. You can rest. You've done more than enough. Progress is progress, and they can't steal it away from you. No matter what, progress is progress. They can't steal it from you. I don't think this is supposed to be used like this, but it's doing well, so I'm gonna keep it up. Doesn't matter how much little progress you make. Progress is always progress. And progress should be applauded. You know? Oh, I hate that I said that. And then I was like, what do you... Well, you shouldn't baby people. And it's like, well... Oh, hold on. Harper Shaw. Wishy. I just heard from Sonia. The beam's gone because someone's stolen the merman's gems? What? Are you serious? Oh my god. I remember cleaning that in the first game. I didn't record that on camera. I didn't play that for on here. I just played that on my PlayStation. I guess we need to find whoever stole it. Sorry. I had to step away again. Yeah, I hated that I said that and my brain went there. Because it's like, what about everything I just said? Progress is progress, it doesn't matter. You don't need to earn rest. And here I am, immediately just defaulting, you know? That speaks to how hard it is to actually take these steps. Like I said, easier said than done. Hello, Ulysses! Did you see him down there? He's down there. See him over there? Hold on. How do I? No. No. How? Okay. There he is. See? I don't want to spray him. That's nice. Okay. Okay. I think that's the whole top finished. I just have like the weird little middle portion over here. Yeah, let me try to get this like whole side done. There we go. Now let me over here and get the big one. And yeah, that sides. You can't make another you. There will always be more opportunities. There will always be more chances. You can't make another you. So prioritize that first and foremost. place. But, and let me bring you over here. Not you. Not you. Go over there. Okay. Scoop. Scoop. Just a little bit. Yep. I realize, like, all of these Powerwash Simulator videos are just kind of me talking about, like, philosophy and working and how to keep going. I think it's just because I feel so relaxed and I feel able to talk about these things, you know? I'm not facing any sort of traumas in any of the Silent Hills. I'm not dealing with killer animatronics. I'm just here. And that gives me a bit more of there we go. Gives me a bit more time to just be here. Feel my feelings. Talk about my feelings. Share them with you. Hope you get something from this too. This one? This one. Yeah, this took a lot longer than I thought it would. I thought this would be a pretty quick clean. Yeah, my mistake. Go. Uh-huh. Lovely. Doing so well on this one, man. Making all kinds of crazy progress. Progress is progress. They can't take it away from you. And they will. They will try. They will really try to take your progress from you. But they can't. I'm just refusing to get closer for some reason. I'm gonna clean you from all the way out here, like it or not. this one. No. This one, but then make this shorter. Yeah, that way. Man, I feel like I'm all talked out. This video lasted so long, I have nothing left to say. Okay, doorbell cover, first floor window frame, and path. Oh, I see something. There's that. Doorbell cover. Let's get this path cleaned up. We've made it here. Took a long, long time to get here. I think with all the cuts, it'll still probably be like an hour, so. Making our way. Yeah, this feels nice. Get that circular motion in there, you know? Oh, these are each their own paths. Oh, okay. Okay. Then I'll do these, and then I can run along the outside with just a normal power washer. I feel like I'm surfing somehow. I think just the way I'm just kind of swaying makes me feel like I'm surfing. I am definitely all talked out. I'm just sitting here like, what do I even say? What do I... I'm glad I had so much to say today. I'm glad I could get so much of it out. It's always good to get your feelings out, you know? Now let's get this outer corner done. Nice. Nice. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Job well done. Let's check the tape. Someone check the tape. Ah, that's nice. Michelle Stone. Excellent job, Sprucey. I can see why Harper recommended you. Spotless house. Hum reduced to 0. Now all I need is to find out what Karen's up to. Well, hopefully you can find that out. Let's come back to home base. Because I believe we should probably have some furniture items to look at. I'm usually pretty strict about only doing one job each in these. So let me see. Furniture catalog. Oh, okay. That's it, really? I mean, I guess so. Thought we'd have more. Well, whatever. What do I know? Futuristic table. And yeah, get this nice and cleaned up. Ugh. Oh, you know what? Here, hold on. It's my table. Clean it how I want. There we go. Get some suds. There we go. Pick that up. Futuristic table. Let's have this kind of like here. Oh, I can't place it there. Like that, you know, people can stay in here with the ambiance. Oh yeah, you know, I just had that actually power wash. Actually, yeah, I did, yeah. And then I'll be over here like, yeah, it was me who cleaned it. Yeah, I don't, yeah. Anyway, that's that. We never did find the gnome, but I could feel his dastardly eyes all over me. For now, thanks for being here, folks. Hope you've enjoyed this one. I hope I can count on you returning. Remember to like a video if you like it. Subscribe if you want to be here for the next part. I got a lot of incredible things coming. Very excited about some of the things we got coming next. I've been Josuke. This has been Powerwash Simulator 2. And I'll hope you have a good day. Remember, you're strong, you're important, you matter, you're special. Don't suffer in silence. Seek help if you need help. You'll get stronger, it'll get easier. You got this. Catch you in the next one. Bye-bye, folks.